the one thing that drives me to excel every single day in the role that I currently have is knowing that I got to bring my best to the table every single time I meet with a client, I deliver a keynote, I deliver a workshop. I have to show up in the best possible way to provide the best value to truly make an impact and a difference in the lives of everyone I serve. You know, it's really an art and a science to understand what it takes to truly pour into someone else, to be present, to be engaging, to be relatable, to be genuine. And in order to do that, it takes intent, focus, practice, and true purpose. One defining moment in my career that truly helped shape who I am today is actually when I was hired to become the first sergeant for the Air Force Thunderbirds. I gotta be honest, when I first threw my name in the hat, I thought there was no way, because it's the Air Force Thunderbirds, right? Who am I to have that role with that team performing at that level? But what I learned through that whole process of the interviewing, the getting to know the team, spending several days hanging out with them, you know, getting to know each and every person, kind of learning some of the history, and then actually going through the final interview for selection, what it taught me was to have the confidence and belief in myself to step outside of my comfort zone, to think big, to dream big. And when you do that with purpose and focus, it pays off. And I got hired, never thinking that I initially stood a chance. So I think seeing the results of that belief, faith, and trust turned into action increased the self-confidence, self-esteem. And at the end, I was so fortunate to serve for almost 3 years as the first sergeant for the Thunderbirds. In order to ensure that my work makes the most impact it can on the community I serve, again, individually and organizationally, I think is really twofold. Number one, it's staying in a mindset of continual learning. Right? I can't afford to rest on my laurels. In order for me to provide the best value I can for those that I serve, again, individually and organizationally, is I have to be continually learning myself, continuing to get better, continuing to evolve, continuing to stay on top of what's the latest in the industries that I serve. The second thing is getting to know specifically the individuals or groups that I'm serving. What is unique to not only their industry, but unique to their organization, to their teams, to their leaders, and then to the individual CEO, COO, and the senior leaders. So again, making that unique, tailored research study instead of just taking a generic one-size-fits-all approach. Success has a different meaning for every single individual. We all have our own context and meaning to what success looks like for us. So the first thing is to identify, what does that even mean? What would success truly look like for us? So we can connect to it at that deeper emotional level, so we can push through, go over, under, around anything that comes up, because obstacles and barriers will pop up on that journey to success. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is there is no such thing as an overnight success, right? It's truly a marathon and not a sprint. So on the journey to success, just be prepared to be extremely resilient, persistent, and take continual, consistent action every single day towards your vision of success. The one lesson that I've learned on this journey that has probably stuck with me more than anything else is the world-renowned psychologist Carl Rogers has a very famous quote that says, "That which is most personal is most universal." And I think that that has hit me more and more over the years. The more I work with individual clients, the more workshops I do, the more training I do, the more speaking I do, I'm always amazed by the amount of people that come up to me afterwards or on a lunch break or beforehand, just to share how they felt about when I said a certain thing,
or the way they could relate to a certain story. And the more I do this, and the longer I do this, and the more I'm around people, I truly see and understand that which is most personal truly is most universal. Those things that we go through that we think no one else will understand, or we're on an island, or this hasn't happened to anyone else, while the exact same scenario or circumstance might not have happened, a similar one or a like one has happened to everyone at one time or another. So we all experience things that make those issues or those circumstances or those scenarios relatable. And that's what allows us to connect at a deeper level as humans. So to be able to tap into that and to leverage that, our stories, our experiences, and our journey to help someone else, to help them through, to give them hope, to help bring clarity. All of that is probably what I've learned more than anything else that holds so true time and time and time again. And I just absolutely love what I get to do every day. And what can I say about the executive lens? Just the experience that I've had working with the entire team, their response time, their professionalism, their compassion, their understanding of the story that they want to create and the picture they want to portray, just based on, bios and a background and just communication, just the depth of their preparation and the time they take, the attention to detail they give, just made this whole experience just absolutely amazing, heartwarming. And I am so appreciative and thankful for the Executive Lens and the entire team. So thank you so much. I highly recommend them. It was just an awesome experience. Thank you.